A few years ago, I represented Mohammed in his application for asylum. Mohammed was an Iraqi paramedic during the height of the war in Iraq. He and his family were brought to the United States by and at the request of the US Department of Justice to testify as a witness in a brutal crime involving an American soldier and a young Iraqi girl. Mohammed spoke no English, he'd never been to the United States before, and he knew the consequences of being perceived as collaborating with the American government. But in the interests of justice, he agreed to testify. And back home, he was branded as a traitor. If Mohammed and his wife and his two young children had returned to a war-torn Iraq, where translators and other civilians who assisted the US government were routinely being murdered and tortured, he likely would not have survived. Securing asylum for Mohammed and his family was one of the most rewarding and emotional experiences of my life. Mohammed had faced so many battles and difficult circumstances. His life in Iraq was centered around providing the sick and wounded victims of war with help, and providing for his wife and two kids in a country racked by conflict and violence. And even after we won his right to asylum, his life continued to be very difficult. He had to find a job to support his family without the ability to speak English or license to practice medicine. His children had to attend public school and had to learn and make friends and build a life in a language that they didn't speak. Like so many new immigrants to this country, Mohammed and his family struggled really hard to start building a new life. But at least they were safe, and I was and continue to be honored and fortunate to have had the opportunity to help Mohammed and his family secure a basic measure of safety.